to CD or not to CD? That is the question. And that's a huge dilemma in our industry right now. And it is largely in part because everybody can be a photographer, and it's a very easy thing, and it's also a very easy mentality to say, well, if I go and do this, if I go shoot a session and charge $150 or $200, I'm making $150 to $200 because I don't have any cost involved. I'm handing over a CD. And what happens is, people aren't considering all the time that's involved and the time that's taken away from family and taken away from what's important. And when you start breaking down, I know for me in my regular studio sessions with a very streamlined workflow, we've got 8 to 10 hours per client invested. And so when you start thinking about that and the breakdown of really what we're making an hour, that gets you to start thinking about, am I really priced profitably? Where do I need to be priced? And we'll talk more about that on the pricing day. But, thinking about does anybody have any comments about the CD thing?
Are you sure we're ready to open up that can of worms?
Let's
do it. It's something that I struggle with every day. And which is one of the reasons I'm here, because I need to understand at what level do you get to that you just say, yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not selling my digital files of this shoot or that shoot. And I think Sal Sincata, was it last week or the week before? I think I think all the photographers who come on Creative Live, I think that is a topic that they get to eventually, selling those files, because I'm guilty of it big time. I hand over CDs of those pictures all the time, and part of me is going, wait a minute, time out here. So again, it's making that transition in the business to say, nope, I'm not doing that.
Well, I think sorry, can I just add to that, of that point of, also, I think that the big question is to hand over unedited images or to hand over non-edited, because I personally won't ever give anybody an unedited image. I don't want that existing out there. And I know I was watching Sal, and I was interested about how Sal was saying they did. I'm just like, no, that's like me going on camera without my makeup on. I did it for you at midnight, and that's about all that's going to happen. I mean, this is, I don't want something out there that's not representative of my complete work. And so then that adds a whole different question, because each image is now worth a lot of money because I spent how much time editing it.
Yeah,
that is the extra question is, are those unedited images we're talking about, or those edited images we're talking about?
I'm with you. I would never give anybody anything that I wouldn't hang my hat on.
Yeah.
Right.
Ever.
Which means you're investing a lot of time in it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I think that's the case for most people. And where do we put the value? How much value does our time have? Time is really all we have. And so with the CD thing, and we can talk as much about it as you guys want to, but one of the things that's industry related that I believe, that we're seeing, that's a industry trend, and, kind of where's the industry going? The sad thing is that lots of people are taking photographs, and I read a statistic the other day about how many images per minute were posted on Facebook, and it is like astounding. I don't remember what it is anymore, but it's in like the millions, like per minute. And but nobody's printing anything. Nobody's printing anything anymore. And I have people that will tell me all the time, even my mother-in-law, who's my ex-mother-in-law, but I still claim her, she's the best. She told me a few months ago, and she's one of those people that always has her snapshot camera with her, always. And years ago, you took your roll of film, you dropped it in the mail, you got your proofs back. And and she told me a couple months ago, I don't have any 4x6s anymore. They're all on the computer, and and you hear that over and over and over from people. And that is what's happening is in the industry, a lot of times the only thing anybody knows to ask is, do I get the digital files? Because we as a community have made it so available. And when the reality is they're going to get that digital file, the CD or whatever, and it's going to go in a drawer. They're going to download it on the computer, and that's the last place it's ever going to go. And it's a sad, sad reality. No longer can I even say, well, I'm not selling a digital file because I'm really concerned about how it's going to be printed and look. First of all, the printers at Walmart and Sam's are the same printers that are in the lab. They really are. I mean, we could go there and you could proof a session at Sam's and have nice looking prints. The reality is that they're not doing that. They're not taking it and printing it, and we are doing a huge disservice to our clients by not giving them a final product. And Sal, I'm sure they talked about that with the wedding thing, and we've had this conversation before. Sal and Taylor are good friends of mine. But wedding photographers, what a great disservice photographers are giving to their brides and grooms by not providing them with that first family heirloom. Giving them something to treasure and hand down and share with their children and their grandchildren. Handing over a disc of images, that wedding day is done. It's very sad. But I believe the same with my portrait clients, and we'll go through, how we're working with them to, kind of invest into this concept that, this is about wall decor and enjoying what's most important to you every single day, being able to see what's most important to you and share it with friends and family who are coming into your home. This is what's important to me, and this is, what I want to invest in. So it's something completely different.
There's so much conversation going on online, and so I want to bring that in as much as possible. I love this. Lori Pina again is saying, the way that I handle the CD thing is it's only included in my highest price package, which is set a very profitable price point. It allows me the ability to say, yes, I offer files when the question is asked, but it also guarantees that people will be paying a price for them, and the package includes other products, so they have the tangible products too. So it's, in that scenario, combining the two.
And you'll hear me say this throughout these 3 days, but my policy in my studio is to always say yes. I always want to have a yes answer from my client. It doesn't mean that the client's always right, but I want to have that yes answer. However, the other component of that is that it has to be yes for my business and my family. And so that, I have to be very calculated and really think through the process. Yes, I want to say yes. I want to be able to, give you the answer that you're looking for, but it has to work for my business and it has to work for my family. So those are kind of my rules as we're planning the answers to questions and the answers to objections and things that come in. So we'll go through some of that, but just on a light note on that same digital thing. I totally agree with that person that wrote in. Our yes answer when someone calls and asks us, do you have digital files or can I get digital files? Our answer is absolutely. Every image you order, you're going to get a web-sized version of that image to share on Facebook, on your family blogs, wherever you'd like to share that. It is web-sized. It's very small. It's got my logo on it. But honestly, that is really all they want. They just want to be able to share those images. So if we don't allow them to, absolutely they're going to scan your prints. Absolutely they're going to take pictures of your prints and put them online. It's going to happen. We know it's going to happen. And I'll share my copyright release that every client signs with me. But we have to know that we live in a digital age. They can sit there and sign it right in front of you and still, take a picture of the screen when you're showing them their images. And, there's all kinds of things that happen. I don't get worked up anymore, even about a mom standing beside me with her iPhone taking pictures. It doesn't happen very often, but I don't care because I know, A, it's not going to be the final product that I'm selling. And, and B, if she's taking it, she's probably posting it and tagging me. So, so who cares? But, yes.
That is a huge aspect. Like for me, I don't offer discs anymore. I just offer, like that person online said, just included downloads and their screen resolution with watermarks. And the reason I will do that is because there's huge value in just that, in being tagged in people's, in people's feeds, and that's how you get it blown out there. And I have seen huge benefit from providing screen resolution watermarked images. I'm in a transitional phase right now of where I'm putting my print resolution images, and some of my packages currently include an equal amount of the same images, print resolution. The quantities are very low, but I am thinking about phasing it out totally and just making people purchase the files. And that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, do I need to discontinue allowing them to purchase files? Because I'm like you, I don't want to say no.
Right.
You know?
Well, and I think always have the yes answer available, but make it right for your business. And so where that's come for me is the first answer is absolutely every image you order, you're going to get a web-sized version of that image to share. And typically that's where the conversation stops. We're also communicating that what we specialize in is custom wall decor for your home, and let me tell you a little bit more about that. If the question comes back and they really, well, I really want to archive the images, or, that we've got some savvy people out there that, really know what they want to do, or at least they have the right terminology. And so when that comes, we want that yes answer again. But to make it yes and a right for my business, what I did was I decided what would be my minimum that I would be willing to part with these images for if they didn't buy anything else. And so that's the number that I have on paper. And so what we offer is 10 images for $2,000 or 30 images for $3,000. Those are the only two options they have, but that's their yes answer. Wow. And so I haven't had very many people take me up on it.
So clearly I'm vastly underpricing my digital files.
Well, and it has to be, consider what you want your average to be. And then if they only bought digital files, can you meet that average? That's kind of where that mentality has to come, and we'll talk about more of that and when we talk about pricing. But so that's the yes answer, and we let people know, absolutely, we understand some people like to archive their images and have complete control there. We do have two options available for you. They're this and this, and we also have the option those are available on our bonus schedule, and we'll go through that as well. But on the bonus schedule, what happens is as they spend more money, they're going to get discounts on the bonus schedule items, and those are there so they actually can get those for 50% off if they spend $2,500. So at $2,500, I'm very happy to allow them to add that on for either $1,000 or $1,500. So, so those kind of things are very calculated and thought through, and so if you're including them now, you might want to consider at making them an add-on, or even allowing them at, pricing them up there and then putting them on a bonus schedule. So yeah, they're here available to you. Here's how you can get them.